Everybody wants the rice pudding recipe. My brother and my wife heard the mention as well, and they want to eat the rice pudding. So we're gonna make the rice pudding this morning. I'm gonna give you exact measurements on this one. It's a big recipe, but not so big that you can't, use it at home, and have for a couple days or have people over. And in the words of Van Wilder, write that down. 2 liters of milk, 2 liters of water, 2 cups of arborio rice. This is the important part. 2 cups of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 cinnamon sticks that I stole from home, and 2 capfuls of vanilla. Pour some of the milk, doesn't matter. I don't put a cup and a half into the eggs. Everything else goes in the pot right now. So the water, cinnamon sticks, sugar, arborio rice. I'm gonna go to the stove with this and we're gonna turn the heat up. When this reaches a boiling point, it's gonna wanna overflow out of the pot. So once we start getting hot, we're gonna stick to it pretty close, and then we're gonna simmer this rice pudding until that rice is mush pretty much, because I don't like al dente rice pudding.
Hey Steve, you don't put raisins in your rice pudding?
Yeah, a lot of people put raisins in their rice pudding. Personally, I don't like it. That's a personal choice. It just, honestly, they feel like boogers in my mouth, so. Flip the switch. We're cleaning up for the next shoot, and he's like, Steve, I didn't see you put the vanilla. And people ask me why I use pure vanilla instead of vanilla beans. I'm not gonna lie to you, scraping vanilla beans drives me insane. I'm starting to see little bubbles on the side here. We're starting to steam, so I'm gonna stick around pretty close now. As soon as I see that milk start to rise a little bit or boil a little harder, then we're gonna put it to a simmer. So now I'm gonna put it to a simmer. I'm not even gonna wait for it to overblow. So we've been simmering about half an hour, and I'm pretty sure this is ready. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna put a little rice over here. I'm actually just gonna squish it. I really want this soft. Give it a little taste. That's done. If you remember earlier, we had 2 eggs with some of the milk. I'm gonna shut off the heat. Here's the thing when you're making this recipe, you'd rather over reduce it than under reduce it. If you under reduce it, it's gonna be too runny and it's not as good. Over reduce it a little bit and you find it a bit too thick. Once it's cooled off, you just add a touch of cold milk until you get the consistency you like. Pour this in, pot's gonna come off. Just put it in a big enough container to cool.
No reverse grip, eh?
No reverse grip, a bit too heavy for the reverse grip, sorry. I'll leave the cinnamon sticks in there for now. Wooden spoon, and I'm gonna come back to it and stir it every now and then so it doesn't create a film on top of the rice pudding. This is gonna set up quite a bit as it cools off. It's gonna thicken up quite a bit. All right, we're back. It's next day, so we can see what the finished product looks like. Stirring the rice pudding, as you see it thicken up quite nicely. Looking real good. We do not have this on the menu at Vivaldi, so people were asking about it, so I made it. If you come here and ask for it, you ain't gonna find it. So there it is, rice pudding, my recipe. Hope you guys like it. Let's take a bite. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Oh, also, a bunch of people asked for this recipe. So if anybody makes this recipe, I'd like to hear about it. Show us your pictures, hit us up online, send us a message. You asked for it, I gave you exact measurements. Let me know how you like it.
Vivaldi